Welcome to Nerdy Couch. So, I just did this entire video with the camera on pause. So that was fun. Let's try to do this again. All right. So, in my last video, I told everybody I would go through some of my comic book collection. And I thought that I would start with my Spider-Man, since it's been a big part of my life, and I've always been a big Spider-Man fan. All right, before we get started with this, full disclaimer. I like that. I am in no way affiliated or sponsored by comics. Anything I say about comics is my own opinion, and that is it. Now that we've got that over with, let's get into it. First, we've got the 1990s Spider-Man series. This is number 1 within the poly bag. This is just the regular one, but I still like the cover quite a bit. Todd McFarlane does the... I am correct, Todd McFarlane does these. I've got the gold edition as well. Hopefully the glare is not too bad. I really like the gold. I don't have the other versions, hoping to get them. So some of these other ones I'm going to be skimming through because they're not real important books, but I still like them because I just like books. So we've got number 2 here. Number 3. Number 4 with the lizard trying to eat him. That was number 4. Number 5. Number 6, which looks like there's some sort of goblin or green goblin in the back there. If you can tell me more about that, let me know. Number 7. Number 8. And number 9. I like anything with Wolverine on the cover. I'm a big Wolverine fan. So we've got number 10. Looks like there's Morbius on the front. Might be wrong. Looks like it to me though. Gonna skip to number 14. I like anything with a black suit Spider-Man on it. Going to 15. I am missing a few of these through the run. 16. Gonna drop all the books. 17. I really like this one. Got a big Thanos on the cover. 18. Nice Ghost Rider cover. 19. Got a bunch of people trying to overtake the Hulk here. 20. This one here, we've got Spider-Man with a bunch of gadgets and stuff like that. Reminds me of those silly Walmart toys. We've got 21, cover with Deathlock. 22. 23. And 24, we've got the Spider-Man, 6-arm Spider-Man. Gonna skip to 25. Got the Spider Phoenix there. I really like that cover. It really pops. Skip to 28. Firearms issue. That's what I like to call it. Gonna skip over to 30. 31. Then we're gonna skip all the way up to 38. Like I said, I'm not going to say a lot about a lot of these books because there's not really a lot special about them other than I really like them. We've got 39 here with Electro on the cover. Making sure I was correct. Got another Electro cover, 40. Iron Fist on 41. On 42, looks like Spider-Man and Iron Fist are trying to beat the crap out of some Predator-looking mofo. 43. And I really like this cover. We're going to skip to 45. It's got Peter Parker unmasked, sitting by the graves. It's a really nice cover. And 46, I don't know if anybody can tell me about this book. Maybe it's nothing. It's polybagged. I haven't taken it out of it. It looks like it might be a wraparound cover. I'm not certain. If anybody can tell me about it, that'd be great. 49. Looks like Past Me wrote me a little note here. This is the first cover, first appearance of Coldheart. And then we've got 55. Got 56 here. Cover with the Scarlet Spider on it. I'm really liking the Scarlet Spider. Another one here. We've got 58. '59. Really like this cover. The explosion. This cover really pops. We've got 60. '61. And another Scarlet Spider. I like that cover. This one's hard to see the number, apparently. We've got 65 here. Looks like Spider-Man's all entangled in some sort of octopus green thingamajinger. '69. And here we've got, we're going to go up to 76. Now this cover here appears like Past Me wrote me another note. This is the first appearance of Crown, a Morbius villain, confirmed to be in the Morbius movie, apparently. He later on becomes Hunger in Peter Parker Spider-Man number 4, 1999 series. That's a good book. I like that. We've got 79. And my final book in this series, 96. So I don't have a whole lot of Amazing Spider-Man books, but I do have a couple here. And one of them is The Amazing Spider-Man King-Sized Annual. I think it's number 16. Now, Past Me has wrote me a note saying that this is the first appearance of Monica, I don't know how to say it, Monica Rambeau as Captain America. Also the first appearance of Professor Andre Leclerc. Now, I don't talk about prices a lot, but this book, I was looking on eBay, and we're looking at close to $20 for this book on a regular basis right now. So I'm happy to have this one. Then we've got Amazing Spider-Man 196. I just like the cover. And then this one here is Amazing Spider-Man Chaos in Calgary. We used to get these books in school all the time, so it's kind of fun to have them. I'd like to get the whole series just because it's fun to look back and reminisce. Moving on to some other books. We've got Peter Parker Spider-Man Annual. This cover here is the last appearance of a character named Ace. And there's also a handful of other characters that are one-off characters, I believe, and last appearances of a bunch of characters. I'm not going to go through them all, but there's quite a few of them. So it is a cool book. I like to have it. Got this book here. It's Amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Grace, Part 5. It's a 1.5 variant cover. Cover is done by Simone Bianchi, I believe. I hope I'm saying that properly. If anybody else knows that name, please correct me. It's a really nice cover. So moving on to a couple books where I only have one or two in the series, so we'll go through those quickly. We've got Spider-Man Marvel Age, #1. I like #1, so I'll pick them up anytime I can, and I don't spend a lot on books. Spider-Man manga. I didn't have any manga, so I just thought I'd pick it up. It's a #2. It's not a #1, but I still like having it. Lethal Foes of Spider-Man #1. Again, it's a #1. Avenging Spider-Man #11. Spider-Man Breakout. I just kind of like the cover on that one. And Spider-Man Classics. That's #6. We've got a Marvel Knights #1 and #2. Moving on to Marvel Tales. I'd like to get more of these. I've got 52, 60. I'd like to close some of these gaps. 65. 70. I really like that cover. 76. Ignore some of the prices on these. That's not necessarily what I got them for. I just haven't gotten around to taking the labels off of them yet. Moving up to 82. All the way up to 111. $117. I really like that cover. I like the greens on it. Now this one is $175. It says here it's a collector's item classic. I don't know if that's some sort of a reprint or not. If anybody can tell me about that, throw me a comment. And yeah, I'd really like to know more about it. And then we're going to jump right up to 246. And that's the last one of that series that I have. So Marvel Team-Ups featuring Spider-Man. Not all of these are necessarily in the same series. I'm not really certain. This first one I'm pretty sure is a different series. This says it's #2. I think this is in a different series from the rest. We've got #3. Number 81 with Santana. Past Me says this is the death of Santana. '96. We've got Howard the Duck here. I've always liked Howard. We've got 131. Spider-Man and the Frogman. I've got 2 copies of that. I believe this is the newsstand one. This is the first appearance of White Rabbit. And then I've got 150, starring the X-Men. A few more series where I only have, 1 or 2 or 3 of them. We'll go through those real quick. We've got Spider-Man Unlimited, #7. I really like that cover. And #12. Not sure if that's the same series or not. Spider-Man Ultra Force and Spider-Man. This says it's cover 1A, so I don't know how many variant covers there were. So be nice to know about that. The Sensational Spider-Man, number 4. Number 6. And number 28. I like that cover. Nice yellow. Pops. Pops. Spider-Man Redemption. This is number 2. I'd like to get the whole series of this. I think it's a short series. That's number 2. And we've got number 3 here. We've got Peter Parker Spider-Man number 8 from August. Best month in the year. And we've got Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man number 297. I really like that cover. Spider-Man in cuffs, holding his mask. We've got Spider-Man, The Untold Tales of Spider-Man. Some of these might be different series. Throws me off. Sometimes they've got different logos and such. This is number 7. Number 11. I really like that cover. $12. $14. And you'll see what I mean by the different logo and stuff. $24, I believe. Correct. A couple more 1 or 2 offs in my collection. The Superior Spider-Man. The Superior Spider-Man Free Comic Book Day edition. Spider-Man Saga. Number 2. Spider-Man and the X Factor. That's number 1. Number 1. And number 3. I kind of like that cover. So we're almost done here. We'll move on to the Web of Spider-Man. I like this series. I don't have it all. I'd like to continue getting them. Number 14. I really like the covers on these. They kind of seem old school. Number 24. I love Past Me. I write notes to myself all the time. This is a first cameo appearance of Venom. So Past Me says. I also wrote down here that it's going for about $5 to $10, which I just looked that up, and that's pretty correct. Really like that cover. Venom, big fan. 36, first appearance of Tombstone. Yeah. Black suit Spider-Man, can't get enough of it. $48. This is the first appearance of Demigoblin. I never say it properly. It's a demon intertwined with the Hobgoblin. It's really cool. Jumping up to 55. $57. 58, the reds on this cover are awesome. 68, Tombstone cover. 81, this is the first appearance of Bloodshed. He's a pretty cool character. I like him. Don't know too much about him, but 92. Jumping up to 107. This is the first appearance of Sandstorm. 112. 114. Yellows on that cover are awesome. And last but not least, 126. I like this cover. It's a really interesting book. And lastly, I'll show you this. I find this interesting. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to try to open it up. This is a work in progress, I found. I don't know much about it. It's made from news stock, and it is a preview, if I can hold it properly. It's a preview for the cartoon. And I just find it really interesting. I don't know too much about it. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. I like having it. It's really cool. And yeah, I like having it as part of my collection. Oh, just pulled this off the wall. Can't forget this book. This is The Amazing Spider-Man 316. I like this book a lot. It's obviously a great Todd McFarlane cover. First full cover of Venom, and I really love having it in my collection. This is a book that I didn't have in my previous collections, and I'm glad to have it now. So thanks a lot for joining me. That was my Spider-Man collection. It's not all of it, but you know, I left a few things out, and I've got plenty of books to go through, so I probably have more Spider-Man than I think I do. But I really enjoy doing this. I hope you enjoy watching. Thanks a lot. Please like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. And we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.